Hi friends, myself Bhavan Jha from Biology Guru. I have these topics from class 11th biology which are crucial for class as well as all pre-medical exams. Today's topics for discussion are vernalization from chapter 15 and thyroid gland from chapter 22. First topic is vernalization from chapter 15, that is plant growth and development. There are plants for which flowering is either quantitatively or qualitatively dependent on exposure to low temperature. It prevents precocious reproductive development late in the growing season. It also enables plant to have sufficient time to reach maturity. Vernalization is promotion of flowering by a period of low temperature. It prepares plant to flower. Some important food plants like wheat, barley and rye have two kinds of varieties, that is winter and spring varieties. Spring varieties are normally planted in the spring and come to flower and produce grains before the end of growing season. Winter varieties, however, if planted in spring, would normally fail to flower or produce mature grains within a span of flowering season. Hence, they are planted in autumn or winter season. They germinate and over winter come out as small seedlings, resume growth in the spring, and are harvested usually around midsummer. Biennial plants like sugar beet, cabbage, carrots, etc. are monocarpic plants that normally flower and die in the second season. Cold treatment in these plants stimulate a subsequent photoperiodic flowering response. Vernalin, it is chemical that mediates vernalization. Next topic is thyroid gland from chapter 22, that is chemical control and coordination. It is butterfly shaped largest endocrine gland composed of two lobes, that is right and left lobe, located on either side of trachea. Both lobes are interconnected by a thin flap of connective tissue called isthmus. It is composed of follicles and stromal tissues. Each follicle has follicular cells enclosing a cavity. Follicular cells synthesize two types of hormones, triiodothyronine, that is T3, and tetraiodothyronine, that is T4. T4 is also called thyroxine. T3 is more active and several times more potent than T4, but secreted in a small amount. T3 and T4 are synthesized by attaching iodine to the amino acid tyrosine by enzymatic action, stored for some period of time and then secreted into blood. Thyroid gland is the only endocrine gland that stores its secretory products in large quantity. Deficiency of iodine in drinking water and diet results in hypothyroidism, that is less secretion of thyroxine hormone, and enlargement of thyroid gland, commonly called goiter. Goiter is non-genetic and more common in people of hilly regions. It can be prevented by having iodized table salt. Functions of thyroxine: it regulates basal metabolic rate or BMR. It controls metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and fats, maintenance of water and electrolyte balance by controlling working of renal tubules of kidney. It supports process of red blood cell formation, regulate development of mental faculties, increase action of neurotransmitters like adrenaline or epinephrine and noradrenaline or norepinephrine. It also controls tissue differentiation and metamorphosis of tadpole larvae in adult frog. It helps in homeothermy in warm-blooded animals. Hypothyroidism. Cretinism. Hypothyroidism in pregnancy causes defective development and maturation of growing baby with stunted growth, that is dwarfism, because of skeleton fails to grow and mature. There is severe mental retardation, low IQ, abnormal or dry skin, deep mutism, pigeon's chest, delayed puberty, lethargy, and decreased urine output. Myxedema. It is due to deficiency of thyroxine in adults. There is low basal metabolic rate, low blood pressure, and cardiac output. Face and hands become swollen or edema due to accumulation of interstitial fluid that causes swelling of facial tissues. In adult women, it may cause irregular menstrual cycle. Hyperthyroidism. Due to cancer of thyroid gland or development of nodules, secretion and synthesis of thyroxine is increased to abnormal high levels that leads to Graves' disease or Basedow disease or Perry's disease or exophthalmic goiter. In this case, there is protrusion of eyeballs because of fluid accumulation, loss of weight, rise in body temperature, rapid heartbeat, nervousness, etc. Antibodies are produced that mimic the action of TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. Another hormone, TCT or thyrocalcitonin, is also produced from thyroid gland. It is protein hormone secreted by parafollicular or C cells of thyroid gland. It is hypocalcemic hormone that regulate blood calcium level or calcium homeostasis along with parathyroid hormone or PTH from parathyroid gland. PTH is hypercalcemic hormone. Thanks for watching.